This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, proud to be the Patriot. I'd say good Friday morning. You ever get around people and you want one damn thing and they give you something else? You know, give me a 7-Up. No, I'm going to give you a Coke because that's what I want. No, you want what you want. I'm just tired. Aren't you people? Everybody just tired of living the life that we live under the conditions we live it in? Aren't all you? Am I the only crazy son of a bitch? No, I am not crazy. I know what the hell's going on. I'm saying it's the rest of you people that must be crazy. If you're going to tolerate this crap, this bull crap day in and day out, we're just tired. I mean, I got papers around here. Some bitches must get up and walk away because I can't find them. I was ready not to do my show, which you people are all like. I understand that. Papers just don't walk away. Papers just don't walk away. There's crap in the paper today about Boston, about Vericivic. I got part of it, but I don't have the rest of it, but that's okay. I'll fly by the seat of my pants like I always do with the crap I got going on here, but that's all right, people. That's all right. Hey, yesterday, you idiot, John Buckley, they tell me he's crying in his beer. This no good ignorant son of a bitch from KZville, a trustee, used to be a police commissioner, and I'm asking for a state investigation, Buckley. When you were the police commissioner, did you or did you not ask the ex-city attorney, while you were in official capacity as police commissioner, did you or did you not ask to have a ticket fixed? An unlawful act, a criminal act, did you or did you not? I will give you $20,000, Buckley, if you'll come up here and pass a polygraph test, but when you flunk it, I want the state police here to arrest you. Buckley won't show up because he knows he's wrong. Hey, Buckley, take your big foot and shove it in your big mouth, you little son of a bitch, because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Yesterday, for you people that don't know, my good friend Mayor Black put a sign up of mine on his personal property. Buckley wants to pass an ordinance saying it can only be a 4x4 sign because my sign was 4x8. See, people of KZville, Buckley's taking his position for his personal gains, not for the betterment of the people in KZville. That sign's not impeding traffic, not bothering anybody, and it's letting me and Mayor Black exercise our very, very valuable First Amendment rights, which we all have and which we all should exercise every day. Now they've backed off that because I told you, Buckley, all I had to do was take that 4x8 sign, cut it in half, and put two signs. Then you're going to have an ordinance saying you can't have two signs together. Because then I'd say, well, then you can have 4 signs, and I'd cut it in 4 and put them all together. Don't waste the taxpayers' money, you idiots out there. Don't waste our hardworking taxpayers' money on your personal vendettas. Come get me, Buckley, and bring your wife. I'm sure she would like to come along, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. But Buckley, what an idiot you are. You're a disrespectful, no good son of a bitch to the good people of Caseyville, Illinois, and they're going to find you out. They're going to find you out, you ass-white bastard. Where else are we going to go here today? See, I don't know. Here's where we got to go. If I can find the crap. I got this letter. Here, we'll write this off first. Jerome, thanks for sending this. And, I got to tell you, Sprague, Kern, Barra-Civic, you've heard it 1,000 times from me and everybody else in St. Clair County. When you walk down the street, people laugh at you bastards. They laugh because I've exposed you son of a bitches for what you are. You're not big shots. You're little political thieves of the night. You've done nothing in your life but take from us. You haven't worked. None of you guys have worked a day in your life. Sprague, Kern, Barra-Civic, they sit on their asses. They all eat at the political trough. But here's one. I don't know the song, Bon Jovi. It says, hey, Bob, I got a song you set to the tune of Wanted by Bon Jovi, whatever the hell that is. I'm Sprague the Geezer. I'm 100 years old, and I look like a zombie. I have 3 teeth left, and I dribble when I piss in my pants. Why did Princess Patty marry a codger like me? And then I guess it was my money. I'm a bitch boy. In a wheelchair I ride. I'm Bob Sprague. Am I dead or alive? Half of my scrotum is wasted away. I spit on my phone when I'm talked because I'm wrinkled and gray. I need a diaper change. I hope Patty comes home. I'm a fake cowboy in a wheelchair I ride. I'm Bob Sprague. Am I dead or alive? Now, that's pretty good. I don't know the Bon Jovi song Wanted. But, that gives me another segue into bitch. It says I'm a bitch boy. I had some people in East St. Louis said, Bob, you're going to get a lot of support. They know what you do for the community, not just above the hill, below the hill. But some people don't like you calling women bitches. I've never called a woman a bitch because she was a woman. I called a woman a bitch because she was bitching about crap. She was a bitch. I've called as many, many men bitches. And in the dictionary, it'll tell you. Bitch is slang to be used for either a man or a woman. I've got incompetent staff. I can't get it off the internet, but they were going to give me another definition. I'm glad they're not waiters. Hey, I want a steak. Well, I'm bringing you back a filet. I'm bringing you back a omelet because that's what I want to give you. No, I want what I want when I want it. But anyway, that word bitch is not a gender thing. If somebody bitches about something, bitches, moans and groans, that means they're bitching. And if they're moaning and groaning and bitching about something, they're a bitch. It's not man or woman. And I'll tell you bastards, if that's all you've got is I make people mad because I call them bitches, well, you don't have much. Well, don't forget to put in there that I'm a felon and I'm a no good son of a bitch, that I own the property that an adult entertainment club's on, unlike Soje. You guys want to forget, these hypocritical bastards forget about all their friends. They forget about Charlie Powell, the biggest vote-getter farm that helped get them elected every year. He's a convicted felon. They'll throw me under the bus. That Romanik's a felon. He's the no-good son of a bitch. But you'll sure take the no-good son of a bitches below the hill, won't you, Sprague, Barra-Civic, Kern? You'll take all the felons' votes below the hill, you hypocritical bastards. That's going to come back to bite you, no-good son of a bitches. But for those people out there, when I use the term bitch, it's an adjective because somebody's bitching. Now they'll try to flip. They're going to try to flip the script. They're so desperate. Kern has spent over $250,000 on advertising. You've heard me before, getting his name out there. His name's been out there for the last 12 years. And it's not been a good name, Kern. And it's not been a good face. This vain bastard has put his face on all these billboards, and I still challenge you, Kern. Let's pull $50,000 of advertising money out. Let's go feed the poor, the hungry, the less fortunate, men, women, black and white, even Democrats and Republicans. Let's don't make it personal. Let's do it from our heart. Kern, you have no heart. You have no guts. You have not much of a body. A man's got to have heart. He's got to have guts. Got to have integrity. And you have none of the three, and the people of St. Clair County know that. They see you walking down the street, you dumbass bastard. They see you at picnics and parades throwing candy, and the people picking up the candy. I've seen it. And throw the candy back at him and call him Sweet Cakes. And when he hears that name, Sweet Cakes, he runs to the other side with his red face. No good, ignorant, stupid son of a bitch. I talked yesterday about the situation at the Hoff Brew House in Belleville. You've heard me talk about that for the last month or two. I'm the one that have exposed this. And it didn't take much. Ray Charles, a blind man, could have exposed this when you drive by. That big development with 15 soccer parks, 5 hotels, 4 5-star restaurants, a convenience store, blah, 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 blah. And they've got 1-2 people working out there. It was never going to happen, people. I've got from Impact Strategies. They're the general contractors, and you heard me yesterday. Everybody, Impact lost all week of critical path due to subcontractors pulling off job site due to their payment status, which means lack of payment, and unanswered questions and owner-supplied material information. They can't get the owners. The owners won't call them back because they don't have any money, because Mark Pussyboy Eckert didn't vet these developers like he should have. Now, he lied to you good people all throughout Belleville. Oh, we vetted them. They're good. They're this, they're that. I called the shot from day one. Mark Pussyboy Maximus Vaginus Eckert, the idiot mayor of Belleville. But now they tell me that Eckert's son, and we're going to confirm that, Eckert's son works for Impact Strategies. And after I broke the story about the debacle at the Hoff Brew House, the very much, as of now, failed development across from the Shrine on Route 15, you know it, Impact Strategies, who put out this scathing report that we got a copy of, we broke the story. Now Impact Strategy, who I guess got the general contractor's job at this project because of their close, and they do have close, very, very close political ties with the city of Belleville and St. Clair County. Now Impact Strategies, they're crawfishing. You know what a crawfish does? He starts backing up and backing up. They're backing up on that scathing negative report on that failed development at the Shrine. They're now saying, just maybe, they should have presented these facts in a different light. How can you put any kind of positive light on a totally failed negative situation such as this? You can't put a positive light on death? Are you guys crazy? Just another feather, not in Mark Pussyboy, also known as Maximus Vaginus Eckert, the mayor of Belleville, but another feather shoved up his completely political, inept, idiot ass. You dumbass, stupid son of a bitch. Why don't you call, Eckert? Why don't you call and explain? Explain to your constituents, I mean your bosses, as to why you did not vet and find out about the financial background and the business strength of the Keller Group from Effingham before you gave all these $1 million in incentives to this Keller Group at the hands of the hard-working, tax-paying people of Belleville and St. Clair County. Why would you do that to an out-of-town developer? It just shows us how desperate you are, Maximus Vaginus Eckert. Not to help out the citizens that you're supposed to represent, but desperate to try to make you look big and important, which will never happen on your watch, because you, Mark Pussyboy Maximus Vaginus Mark Eckert, the mayor of Belleville, are a complete, embarrassing, failed, needless, do-nothing, no-count politician. You people in Belleville, you ought to be livid. This is your leader, people. Impact Strategies, the big report. And now they're trying to crawdad a little bit because they know when we broke the story that it made Eckert look like the idiot that he is. But now all of a sudden, How can you say impact strategies that maybe you shouldn't presented it this way? You know, if somebody's laying there dead, you can say he's in forever rest. That's a good word, forever rest. But it's still dead. You can't take these figures, you can't take these facts, impact strategy, and make Mark Eckert look good. Same way with words, people. Mike Bost will tell you, we don't need a lot of dogs. We don't have room for a lot of stray dogs. Let's euthanize them. Let's euthanize them. What a nice word that is, isn't it? No, you mean kill them, Bost. You mean kill them. Don't take a bad situation and put a good word in front of it. Don't take this impact strategies report, a scathing negative report on the development and what's going on. These guys haven't been paid. Anytime a subcontractor walks off a job, you know something's not right. And we knew from day one that wasn't going to be a successful development. Now, there may eventually be a Hoff brew house there, but that's all there's going to be. There's not going to be all the restaurants, 5-star restaurants. They still, people, and you've heard me forever, they still can't get a hotel. They've got one coming. They just don't want to give you the name. Well, if you good people of Belleville are giving these ignorant, rotten bastards $34 million in tax incentives, I would want to know from day one, you hear me, people? From day one, what the 5-star hotel that was coming in town. There's no 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. There ain't going to be a 1-star hotel. But they'll keep giving you the okey-for-doke, people. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. Call Kern, call Eckert, call Sprague, call these rotten bastards, will you? And let them know that we're not going to take this crap anymore. We're not going to take this crap because it's killing us politically, people. It is killing us. I want to talk about politics. Lines are always open. We are America's voice of freedom, definitely the Patriot. You can call toll-free, 1-888-394-1430 on the east side, 394-1190. I want to say on Wednesday, the Madison County candidate for County Board Chairman, Kurt Prenzler, the treasurer of Madison County, he will be our guest on Wednesday. And I challenge Dunston, I challenge anyone who's running for public office to come on and be transparent on my show. I'll give you equal time. My friends and my foes will get equal time. I offer that up because as much as I don't like you stupid son of a bitches that we're opposing, I like our First Amendment more than I hate you bastards. And that First Amendment is good for me. And if it's good for me, it's good for you. So you rotten son of a bitches, you exercise your First Amendment right. All our enemies. Don't let these brave military heroes die in vain. These guys fight these wars in Vietnam, in Germany, in Iraq, Iran, Pakistan for us to live free. And you son of a bitch is going to try to stop that? You're going to try to stop me speaking? Kern and Sprague been trying that for the last 10 years. It hasn't worked up to now. I tell you, you're going to have to put a bullet in my head or cut off my tongue. And if you cut off my tongue, I'll do my show in Braille. First radio show in Braille. If you know what I mean, you ignorant bastards. You're not going to stop me. You're not going to stop the good people of this great country. And I'm not being melodramatic. I'm just tired, people. I'm tired of being the whipping boy. Aren't you people tired of being whipped by these son of a bitches that work for us? We don't work for them. They work for us. But they'll continue to beat on us until we make them stop. And on November the 8th, 2016, we're going to make them stop, people. We're going to make them stop. We're going to get rid of them. We're going to put some decent people in office. You heard me, decent, not perfect. Not perfect, but decent people in office. We've got the congressional race coming up with Boston Barra-Civic. And they're talking about the negativity. And I wish I could find my notes, but as always, I can't. But Barra-Civic saying that Boston ought to denounce Trump. And you guys know I'm an equal opportunity political hater. I was on Barra-Civic, and I apologize because I got him personally, and that wasn't right of me. But I'll get on him politically. But he's telling Bost, You ought to denounce Trump. Well, it may be so. But, Barasivic, you ought to denounce Clinton. Because neither one of them are that good, in my opinion. I don't know who the hell I'm voting for yet. It's a shame when you got to vote the lesser of two evils on the presidential level, on the person that represents this great United States. It's not, boy, he's such a good candidate, or she's such a good candidate. I'm voting for the other because they're not quite as bad as the other candidate. Now, at the local level, I can somewhat understand that. But we're talking about the person who's going to represent us, this great United States of America. And we're going to have to pick the lesser of two evils? Now, that's not right in national politics, people. At the local level, sometimes we understand. But not at the national level. Not at the national level. But anyway, Barasivic in Boston, they're running for Congress. You know, Congressman Bost, you need to separate yourself. You need to separate yourself from Doug Jamieson. And I think C.J. Barasivic, that would be a better play for you. Not so much demanding Bost separate himself from Trump, because Trump's not supporting Bost. Trump don't know who Bost is. Don't give a damn who Bost is. Bost is just a fly on the wall. Bost is just the boy when he goes to Washington going to do what his political leaders tell him to do. You hear me? What his political leaders tell him to do, not what his constituents in the 12th Congressional District of this great state of Illinois tell him to do, his bosses. He's not going to listen to you. But Bost, you need to distance yourself from Doug Jamieson. And C.J. Barasivic, why aren't you demanding that? Here's the leader of the St. Clair County Republican Party who has a Bost T-shirt on every time, who talks about Bost, how him and Bost are best of friends, how him and Bost drink together, him and Bost hang together. Bost asked this idiot for political advice. This is the same Doug Jamieson. The same Doug Jamieson who was charged up in Sangamon County in Springfield, Illinois. They ran his ass down here. They threw their trash out. Now we got his trash. Was arrested for domestic battery, domestic violence, people. You know what that is. Didn't pay $100,000 in child support. You know what that is. A couple DUIs he was convicted of, and you definitely know what that is, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. And then Bost is going to have a seminar supporting the Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and one of his biggest supporters, one of his best friends, is Doug Jamieson, the St. Clair County Republican chairman. What an asswipe he is. And I got to throw in Barb Viviano. I got to throw in Mary Turman. And I shouldn't even mention their names because they're complete idiots. They're the ones that have screwed up the Republican Party in St. Clair County for all these years. That's why there is no Republican Party in St. Clair County. Let's take care of our housekeeping. Lines are always open. We are America's voice of freedom. Definitely the Patriot. You can call toll-free 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. This Sunday, one of the largest car, truck, and motorcycle shows will be taking place in Edwardsville, Illinois. It's the Edwardsville Police Department's 25th annual DARE Car, Truck, and Motorcycle Show. All proceeds will benefit the Edwardsville DARE program. If you'd like to get involved, like to donate, need any information, you can contact the account executive, Kevin Carnes, at 618-726-2502. Chill and Grill, coming up August the 20th and the 21st at Marine Park in Marine, Illinois. It's to help sponsor the Madison County Fair Association. And I want to thank Pam Vogel for that. Coming up September, Russ Erlinger, we've got time for that. Mount Pleasant Cemetery Fish Fry coming up Saturday, August the 27th from 4 to 7 p.m. All funds are going to be to help continue maintaining the Mount Pleasant Cemetery. New Memphis Station, their hog roast coming up on Saturday, September the 10th, starting at 2 o'clock p.m. Going to have bands, great time, great people out at New Memphis Station. And the 4th annual Trivia Night at the Spirit of St. Louis, Voltaire, local 38 of the 40 and 8. Whatever the hell that is again, I'm going to have to find out. But they're having their 4th annual trivia night, Saturday, August the 27th at Genesis Banquet Center, located at 2651 Telegraph Road. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact Bob Wagner at 314-729-7020. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper of Radio. Go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling for the best of all 3 of our great stations. You can listen to my repeat performance every day, Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. And now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night at the stroke of midnight. Please like us on Facebook at KQQZ 1190 AM or KZQZ 1430 AM. Go to my personal Facebook page, Fans of the Grim Reaper, where you can get the best in all the X-rated political cartoons. You guys will laugh your ass off, unless you're dead, of course. You can also go to Bob Romanik for State Representative on Facebook. And as always, don't forget the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition on Facebook, where you'll get the best of all the political information that you need all throughout the Metro East. On this date, August the 19th, 1909, a dirt track in Indianapolis was opened for testing of automobiles. The track later became the Indianapolis Speedway, site of the Indianapolis 500. On this date, August the 19th, 1960, Sputnik 5 carrying 2 dogs were launched into space and later retrieved as the first living organisms from space. On this date, August the 19th, 1977, Groucho Marx died at the age of 86. On this date, August the 19th, 1991, Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev was toppled from power. That's what happened on this date, August the 19th, throughout all these years in our world's history. We'll be back right after this quick break. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very, very proud to be the Patriot. You know, we've got these federal elections coming up. We've got state elections coming up. We got all this crap on TV every damn day. We got this crap on the radio every day because, see, politics is important, people. You can't be apathetic anymore. We all have to get off our lazy asses, including me. Get off our lazy asses and do something. I don't give a damn if you come out and vote against me. Just come out and exercise your right. We've got elections where Eckert last time, 7% of the vote, 7% of the people in Belleville elected him. 93% of the people didn't. And he's a representative of Belleville, the people of Belleville? Hell no, he's not. You've heard me. These politicians, they want you to be apathetic. They want to beat you down so you don't show up. So they're organizational people will be the only people to come out and vote. Let's show them in November. Let's show them in November that it's not going to happen that way. Let's show them that we know what the hell's going on. In this race with Bost and C.J. Barasiewicz, I have to say Bost has quite a bit of money. I don't know how much money C.J. Barasiewicz has. But Bost says he wants to kind of distance himself from Trump. You know, these son of a bitches, they're all a bunch of ass wipes. If Trump's your candidate, Bost, you should be behind him. It's like going into a bar. Hey, Bost, I'd hate to be in a bar with you and get in a fight with somebody, and you say, I don't like the situation. I'm not going to fight. If you're my friend, you'll fight with me, whether I'm right or wrong. You can't pick and choose, you politicians, both Democrats and Republicans. Same way with you, Barasiewicz. I said, if you think that Bost should denounce Trump, that's your prerogative. I agree. But don't you, Bost, think Barasiewicz ought to denounce Clinton? You guys will never, either one of you, whoever gets elected, you'll get to shake whoever the president's hand is. And that's as far as it's going to go. They'll do a photo op with you. They won't know you guys from Adam. They'll tell the party leaders, tell that ignorant Bost or that ignorant Barasiewicz, we want them to vote this way. And they better. We don't care what their constituents say. They better vote the way we tell them to vote so we can have the money, so the organization can survive. We don't care about we the people. We care about we, us asswipe politicians on both sides of the aisle. Rauner's not much better. Him and Madigan. They're fighting back and forth like two young boys. Let's do something for the state of Illinois. If I get elected state representative, I'm going to call them both no good son of a bitches. I'm going up in a hearse, in a coffin, because it's not going to be a celebration. It's going to be a funeral. It's been a funeral, and I will tell both of them on both sides of the aisle that they're wrong, that they've helped destroy. They, Democrats and Republicans up there in Springfield. But they'll money grab their salary. They'll money grab their pensions. They'll money grab all the benefits. They'll money grab the per diem, all of which I'm not taking a penny from you good people. That's all they give a damn about is their existence. They don't give a damn about you, and you people know that. They don't give a damn about you. Yesterday when I talked about the people in Caseyville, the good people of Caseyville, and there are some bad ones. And John Buckley, I still want to know if you'll come up, and I'll match that $20,000 if you pass the polygraph test, and I'll give my $20,000 to charity. Did you or did you not, when you were the police commissioner in the village of Caseyville, Illinois, ask the ex-city attorney to illegally fix a ticket for you? I'm asking you. I'm challenging you to come up and take a polygraph, and if you pass it, I'll give you $20,000 and I'll match $20,000. I know you won't come up, you little bitch boy, because you know you're wrong. You know you're bad for the people of Caseyville, Illinois. You're going to try to flip the script on somebody else. And that offer still goes. That offer still goes. You remember yesterday, I offered your wife to come to Bob's Buffet. $10.95, all you can eat. Not filet mignon, but filet min Bob. If you know what I mean, and I think you do. And Mrs. Kern called yesterday, and I told her to call back. I told her to call back about this time, so hopefully she'll be calling in again. You remember Mrs. Kern, the Sasquatch, the hairy lady married to Mark Sweet Cakes Kern? She may be calling in. And Mrs. Kern, will you please call in? I missed your call yesterday. And boy, she was mad at her husband. She was awfully mad at her husband. But well, I think this is her calling now. Mrs. Kern, is that you? Whoa, Mrs. Kern. Mrs. Kern, I told you before, you can't talk like that. Now, you're telling me that you, Mrs. Kern, you want to take part in the all-you-can-eat Bob buffet? Is that what you want to do, Mrs. Kern? Whoa, Mrs. Kern, you sound awful hungry to me. I thought you would like that, but I got to say, Mrs. Kern, you want to partake in the Bob all-you-can-eat Bob filet min Bob from Bob's Buffet. But what are you telling me now? Tell me once again, I don't believe what I just heard. Is that... Whoa! Oh, Mrs. Kern, you're telling me... Now, I'm asking you, you're telling me that your sleazy, greasy, so-called husband, Mark Sweetcakes Kern, that he's hungry too, and he wants to join you at the Bob's Buffet and partake in my special, the all-you-can-eat filet min Bob? You're telling me that your husband, Mark Sweetcakes Kern, wants to accompany you to Bob's Buffet. Is that true? Whoa, Mrs. Kern, Mrs. Kern. Now, what are you telling me? You say he spends a lot of time at the men's gym, but apparently, whatever kind of workout he's doing, it's not working for him because he's not getting any more muscles. He does not look, Mrs. Kern, and I have to agree with you, it does not look like his muscles are expanding, but he sure walks funny. He sure walks funny. I wonder, maybe the weights he's lifting are the different kind of weights than they got hanging on the barbell rack. Maybe the weights he's lifting are a little bit too heavy, but his muscles, his muscle in his head's getting a little bit bigger as days go on, but not his body. But I didn't know if you worked out enough that you would walk funny, kind of bow-legged, kind of spread out. But you know, I'm not a big weightlifter, so I don't know. But Mrs. Kern, you're telling me, and I'm going to have to let you go. And it's a pleasure to hear from you. Have you been to a barber recently? I've got a brush hog that I think I could run over your. Mrs. Kern, we can't do that. You're happily married. We can't do things like that. You know that. But maybe when you come to partake in the Bob's Diner special, the $10.95, all-you-can-eat filet min Bob, not mignon, but min Bob. You can bring your husband, but I don't think that he's going to be able to partake as much as you say he would like to. I guess he likes filet min Bob. I don't know, but as much as he'd like to, I can't let him do it. And I gotta say, hey, Mark Sweetcakes, I know you listen every day. And I always give people the opportunity. Always give them the opportunity to defend themselves. Everybody knows that. Mark Sweetcakes Kern, what the hell do you have? What do you have to say for yourself? Can you defend yourself?
Where's the dress? Where's the dress? Tell me where's the dress? Where's the dress?
Now, Mo, let's get on down to the store and get some lipstick and some rouge.
Where's the dress? Hey, Joe, why don't we do this thing up right and get some of them ostrich plumes?
You know,
where's the dress?
I was wondering if they made a pink pump in a size 12, Mo.
Where's the dress?
What are you talking about, Kern? That's all you want to talk about? Where's the dress? I just wonder, and I'm just thinking out loud, I don't know. I just wonder if Kern wants to participate and wants to come to Bob's Diner, if he'd wear his dress and his pumps, if he has them, of course. Somebody said they're in the closet with him. And if Kern, if you don't be hiding from me, if you're in the closet, come out of the closet and talk to me. You could be hiding in the kitchen. You could be hiding in the basement. But I personally think it'd be more appropriate if you are hiding that it would be in the closet. So, Mrs. Kern, thank you very much for the. Whoa! Hey, but when you come, Mrs. Kern, I will. I'll bring some Bob steak sauce, because that'll make the Bob filet min Bob taste a lot better, if you know what I mean, Mrs. Kern. And I cut her. Wait, no, we can't have that. We can't have that. I've heard that too many times in porn movies. Not that I watch porn, but when I go by certain houses on South Illinois, I see the porn coming through the windows, the glass windows, of course. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. I finally found a little bit that I was looking for. Will Clinton-Trump negativity trickle down to local races? And that's where Barasivic says that he's getting the message out to the voters, but his campaign has sent out newsletters highlighting U.S. Representative Mike Boss' support of Trump. And I don't want to defend Boss, because I don't like anybody that kills a dog needlessly. But I have to defend the situation. You know, Boss doesn't have to denounce anybody. All Boss has to do, just like you, C.J. Barasivic, if you get elected, is represent us, the people. I don't give a damn who your friends are. I don't give a damn who your enemies are. I give a damn what you do for the 12th Congressional District, both Barasivic and Boss. So for you to say, C.J., that he should disavow his support for Trump, that doesn't make him a good or bad guy. It says voters deserve to know where their congressman stands on their party's candidates for president. No, I want to know where you stand on issues, Barasivic. I want to know where you stand on issues, Boss. I don't give a damn about the president. President's not going to come and affect my life on a local level, but you guys are. But they always want to flip the script. Everybody wants to flip the script, and Boss not much better. His Boss says here, and what egregious bastards it is. You always have to fear what happens at the top of the ticket. The reality is there's a whole lot of races between the top of the ticket and the time you get down to us. No, Boss, that's not true. What do you think? People are stupid? We know who's running for president. We know what they do. We know who's running for Congress, and we know what they do. You don't have to put up with that crap. All these politicians, I'm certainly aware of the polls that come out about Hillary's favorable ratings, Barasivic says. When I look at my opponent's party and the top of the ticket, Donald Trump has been, to say the least, egregious. Okay, Barasivic, but you're saying that Hillary's just not quite as bad. You're ducking the issue as Boss ducks the issue. Boss is going to say he's worried about what's going to happen in his election. You ought to worry, Boss, about what you've done, not what Trump's going to do. And Barasivic, don't worry about what Clinton's going to do. Worry about what you're going to do, because you don't control Clinton, Barasivic, and you don't control Trump, Boss. But you do control your vote. But either one of them people get elected, they're going to go up there and vote party lines. Because if they don't vote party lines, the party won't support them. They'll get somebody else. They'll spend their money on somebody else. And speaking of spending money before we go, you got to get it out of the trash, the editorial in the Belleville News Democrat, a scathing editorial on Mark Sweet Cakes Kern. Kern wants to be St. Clair County chairman again, so he puts up $200,000 of his own money. No, that's not his money. It's his trust fund money. But he's going to put up about $500,000. That's how afraid they are of us. said the job pays less than half that amount, $95,000 a year. Kern is quoted, "I'm not in public office for the money. I'm here to do my best for St. Clair County." Well, for the last 12 years, you failed, Kern. Why are you? I want to be a service to the community. If you want to be a service to the community, Mark, sweet cakes, Kern, you need to resign about 11 and a half years ago. This guy thinks he's a big shot, people. I'm not in public office for money. He wants to be a service, wants to be of service to the community. Had a political expert say that people self-fund. See, I'm self-funding. But it's not about me winning, people. It's about me destroying. I want to destroy this culture of corruption. I want to help build a new house. But before you do, you got to knock the old house down. You got to shore up the foundation. And that's what I'm doing. I don't give a damn about winning. I don't give a damn about being called state representative. I don't need a title. I know who the hell I am. But these son of a bitches die in office because they got to die as a coroner. They got to die as a St. Clair County board chairman. They got to die as a chief judge. They got to die as the chairman of the Democratic Culture of Corruption, the Democratic Central Committee in St. Clair County. That's their whole existence in life, is to be somebody. No, be yourself. Be a good family person. Be a good community leader. And you guys have never led the community in the proper fashion. But Kern's mother says here, says he will not be beholden to anybody. That's why he's self-funding. He's going to be beholden to Sprague no matter what. And it says his mom donated $75,000 to his campaign. How egregious is that, taking your mother's money so you can get your face out on a billboard, Kern? What a vain idiot you are. But that's not just $75,000 of his mom's money and his dad's money. He's a trust fund baby. He's never worked a day in his life. He thinks he's a big shot. His dad told people, I want him to be this and that. Then he's going to be a congressman. And then one day, and a friend of mine who knows the Kerns told me this, the father said one day he could be president. This son of a bitch couldn't wipe a president's ass. Your son's a complete failure, Mr. Kern. I hate to tell you that. Of course, I think you know better than that. Says most of Kern's money's going to billboards, which are already up, the TV and radio ads. This is St. Clair County. You're not running for president of St. Clair County. You're running for county board chairman. Everybody knows you. You heard me, Kern, time and time again. Let's take that money and put it to use for the less fortunate people. Nobody wants to see your mug on TV. Nobody wants to hear your voice on radio. Nobody wants to see the big billboards with your face on there. What a vain bastard he is. It's unbelievable. And it says Roger Cook has spent $1,700. And Kern is going to spend over $500,000. How disrespectful is that to the good people of St. Clair County? Because Kern thinks money can buy you people. He thinks advertising can buy the vote. Kern, you've got all the negative exposure you need the last 12 years. You don't need any more. I think all these ads are going to backfire on you. People are going to understand what a no-good son of a bitch you are, what a rich bastard you are, throwing your family's money away so you can get your face out there, get your name out there, get your political positions out there. We all seen that ugly face. We all know your political positions, and none of them are any good, Kern. What, are you going to change after 40 years of corruption in St. Clair County? You're going to go along with the program, Kern. You're going to go along with the program, the St. Clair County culture of corruption from now on. From now on, Kern. You're not going to be of a service to the community until you leave St. Clair County. Go to your big hunting lodge in Brussels, in Calhoun County, where you wouldn't build in St. Clair County because you and your Democratic cohorts, the Democratic culture of corruption in St. Clair County, has raised our taxes. Our property values continue to go down, people. And our property taxes continue to go up. Values down, taxes up. It's unbelievable how they tax and spend. And one last note. I got a lot of positive response. If elected state representative, I'm going to have legislation not to have to pay every year to drive our cars on the highways that we pay for the repairs with our state and federal money, our hardworking tax dollars. Why should we every year have to pay $150 for each car for a 2-cent tag that they make in Springfield. They will say, well, that goes to street repair to drive that car. No, that's what our federal and state and local taxes go for. Tax us at 50, 60% when it's all said and done. I'll produce legislation. I'll present legislation to say, you don't have to have a tag on your license. We pay for that road with our federal and state money. They would say, well, we need the money, Bob. I'll say, well, let's quit spending. Let's have less spending. Quit giving your girlfriends, your mothers, your fathers lifetime jobs with big pensions. Drive down the street, it costs you $150. And it's not a fee, people. It's a tax. They just don't want to say it. I'm going to stop this crap in Springfield. Well, maybe not stop all of it, but I'll aggravate these son of a bitches until they do right by us. We the people, not them, the politicians. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Everybody, friend and foe, be safe. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your family, because you never know. You never know when the situation you're in could get worse, could get a lot worse. So hug your children, love your family. Hate your politicians, though, people. You got to hate your politicians. And let's continue this journey. Continue this journey to make America great again. Continue this journey to rid our great country of these asswipe, rotten bastards, these bottom-feeding son of a bitches that we call politicians. Let's rid our communities of the roaches, the political roaches that come out and take from us. Never give back, but take. Let's change that on November the 8th. Get out and vote, people. Your vote will count this time. Don't let them steal your vote. Demand that there be a fair election. Get out and vote. And together, we continue to unite, to expose these political, parasitical, perverted punks that we call politicians, these low-life, good-for-nothing son of a bitchin' bastards. And when it's all said and done, you know the routine. You know what we have to do. Day in and day out. Prepare, and get ready to destroy these rotten bastards before they completely destroy us and our families. Destroy them politically, of course. Right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful.